Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 2, Episode 7. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, the show starts with Juke. Juke is at the cemetery visiting her girl, Nicole. She still misses her immensely. And while she's there, Nicole's father shows up. Okay, of course, Juke is uncomfortable because she knows how her parents felt about her and Nicole's relationship. However, it wasn't ever really the father, it was the mother. Okay, and actually the father is happy to see Juke there. He says that he's glad that his daughter was able to experience love because, you know, Juke is at first not really knowing what to do. She has a feeling that he's gonna send her away and all of that, but he was like, no, I'm glad that, you know, you made my daughter happy. And you know, he's just coming there to drop off flowers. He comes there every day. Then he tells Juke that because Nicole loved her so much that anytime she needs any help with anything, then she knows where to find him, okay? And turns out the daddy is actually getting a divorce from that old bitch-ass mama, all right? Because I guess once Nicole died, he realized that what are we even trying to keep this thing together for? When he's leaving, he asked Juke, hey, whatever happened to that tape that you and Nicole had where you guys were singing together? He's like, I've turned the house upside down. I can't find it. And Juke was like, I don't know what happened to it. Remember, she had taken it. But anyway, he leaves her. Later on, we see Juke at church with her mom. And the mom is over on the stairs of the church talking to somebody, and Juke is talking to the boy that's been trying to push up on her all this time out in front. You know, he wants her digits. And of course, she's not really interested like that. However, she knows that her mom really wants her to kind of fully embrace this thing, you know, church, you know, dating a good kid that goes to church, okay, a good boy that goes to church. I'm not sure if the mom suspects that maybe Juke might be gay or what, but the mom is definitely looking. And Juke knows it. So when he asked her for her number a couple of times and she finally does give it to him, and sanctified city woman up there on the stairs, you know, winks at Juke like, oh, he might be a good one. Okay, and I was just like, girl, if you only knew. Now, I don't know how this is gonna work out though, because when Juke goes to Bible study with her mom, you know, it's all about, you know, sinful relationships and women with women and men with men and sleeping with this person and coveting the other person's wife and sleeping with thy neighbor and all of this. Okay, and basically the pastor is just like, it's all bad, y'all going to hell, you know, and he's talking and Juke is listening, and I was like, girl, I don't know how this is gonna work. In the meantime, she does go and get the tape that the father was asking about, and she takes it to a place to get reproduced. I'm assuming she's going to give that to the dad. Now let's jump on over to Lou. Okay, now that Jessica is gone and Crown is out the way, well, Lou has the go-ahead to start having sex relations, if you will, with their artist. What is that girl's name? And why every time she's on the screen I get annoyed? Something about the way she looks. It's just, I don't like it. And she real sassy too. It's just sort of like, girl, do you like Lou? Or you just, I can't put my finger on it. Anyway, while they in there getting busy, some Caribbean dudes walk in. I'm not sure if they're Jamaican or Haitian. Excuse me. I'm sorry for my ignorance. You guys can let me know exactly who they are. They are some street heavies. And they come in and they let Lou know that Crown had to borrow some money from whoever they higher up is, and the higher up is looking for their money back now. Okay, well, Crown ain't around and Crown ain't gonna be around. And they was like, okay, well, if Crown ain't around, then damn it, you gonna be the one responsible for Crown's problems. Okay, we want our money. And Lou is just looking like, this nigga Crown is a damn pain in the ass, even when he's dead. Jumping over to Kanan, we see Kanan, and he still has that gun that lady gave him, right? And he's looking like, I can't keep this gun here. So he takes it back over to Corinne, that's the girlfriend, takes it back over to her house. Now, you guys know Corinne got that old hot in the puss mama. And it just so happens that when Kanan goes over there, Corinne isn't there, but mama is. Okay, she got her lingeries on and everything. Okay, and he was just like, I just came to give you back this gun. She was like, did it keep you, did it help you? And he was like, it did what it was supposed to do. Okay, where's Corinne? Oh, she's not here. And he was like, okay, well then I'm about to be out, And then she was just sort of like, wait a minute, what's your rush? okay? And she started pushing up on him, and the next thing you know, she kissing him, and he stops her like, wait a minute, like, you are my girlfriend's mother, okay? But you guys know that mama don't care. Girl, you's a cute girl. You can't get you a grown-ass man around there. You got to fuck on the 15-year-old. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, old nasty biatch. You Corinne's mother. And she was just like, I'm a woman first. A damn shame. So next thing you know, they getting busy. Later on, we see Kanan having lunch with Symphony. Okay, and they shooting the shits and they talking, laughing about whatever. But then Symphony lets him know that he's been offered a job in North Carolina, that he thinks is going to take it because it's a good opportunity. Okay, you can tell Kanan is hurt about that. He actually really likes Symphony. He was like, does my mom know? And he was like, nope, think it's best that I just leave, you know, and keep our relationship friendly the way it is, okay? And Kanan was just like, oh, so you telling me, you know, I'm gonna tell her, you might as well tell her your damn self. And he just smiles at him like, yeah, I guess I could. Okay, you're smarter than you look. When they leave out of there, okay, we got that damn detective. What should her name be? Detective Persistent? We have overly dedicated. This is Detective Persistent. She's following, I guess she's following either Kanan or Symphony. At the time, we don't really know who she's following, okay? But of course, she's so fucking nosy and so annoying. Every time you see her on the screen, she's another one that you just be like, oh my God. All right. So when Kanan and them come out of the restaurant, you know, Kanan gives Symphony a hug, daps him up or whatever. And Symphony gets in his car. Well, then Detective Persistent, she goes and runs his plates. Not only does she run his plates, but she follows him and pulls him over. So he pulls over and he was like, did I do anything wrong? And she was just like, give me your license and your, you know, insurance or registration. And he was just like, gives it to her. And then she starts asking him questions about Kanan. Okay, how do you know Kanan? Do you know his father? And, you know, do you know his mother? He was just like, first of all, you asking me a whole bunch of questions that ain't got nothing to do with what's happening right now. Okay, are you gonna give me a ticket or what? Okay, she'll stay right here. He was like, where the hell I'm gonna go? You got all my stuff. All right. But yeah, Detective Persistent is a pain in the pussy. Anyway, after she gets his information, she goes back to the precinct. She's still trying to follow up on what's going on with Creepy Daddy. And she's looking at the files and it says that Creepy Daddy was undercover back in the 70s and he had an informant, 17-year-old girl. We're assuming that that's Rock. But she's like hot on the case. And one of the police officers actually happened to overhear her talk, and I was just like, I guess he gonna let Creepy Daddy know. But I'm just like, girl, will you let that shit go? She can't let it go. She go home. She's so obsessed about the case. She talked to her girlfriend that she just got back together with, you know, telling her how, you know, he had an informant and he did this and he was missing off the track for, you know, and the lady was just like, why are you even concerned about that? Okay, you need to let that shit go. And she was just like, you know, Detective Persistent. Oh, well, I'm investigating a shooting of an officer. And her friend was like, no, you are investigating an officer. Okay. Damn near internal affairs up in this bitch. And you know the police don't like no damn internal affairs. Now jumping over to Marvin, we see Marvin. He is meeting actually with the Italian's young son, the one that was in jail that Unique got out of that trouble, and that's the reason why they're working with Unique now. Okay, so anyway, Marvin is talking to him and saying how, you know, he wants to hire him to do a hit job on old girl who, you know, is a witness and a informant. Okay, what's her name? Tony? He wants him to do the job. Of course, the young Italian hasn't told him for sure if he's going to do it or not. He tells Marvin that he's going to think about it. Okay, after Marvin leaves him, he goes to the projects, you know, the crack house, the crack projects, I guess you would call it. And when he gets there, there's all these crackheads in the hallway, okay? And he was just like, what the fuck is going on? All right, and one of his boys was like, we ain't open for business right now. Okay, what's going on? So he goes in the room and he sees Lou in there. Lou done halted all sales because Lou needs some fucking money. Okay, and Marvin was just like, wait a minute, what you doing? We ain't counted that money yet. Lou was like, I got it. Okay, basically, don't worry about it. Lou said he running shit. I said, Lou, look like you stealing from Rock. Later on, Lou gets his ass jumped in the damn alley by the street heavies, the Jamaican / Haitian street heavies. Okay, basically, like, you obviously think that we playing, and you still ain't gave us our money. I was just like, well, what happened to the money? I thought that was the reason why he was taking it. He didn't give it to the people? Or is this more money that they trying to get? Like, what was going on? Anyway, they beat his ass out there in the alley. Okay, just stomp him. I said, poor Lou. And he just got out the hospital too long ago. He can't be standing to get all beat up in the alley like that. And Marvin, after he left the projects, he goes back to Rock's house. You know, I guess he wanted to talk to her about what Lou was doing or whatever. Rock's not there, but Juke is. Okay? So he's very uncomfortable, and so is Juke. But he was just like, is Rock here? And she was like, no. Okay? And he was like, well, tell her I came by. All right, and then when he's leaving, he stops and he turns back around and he tells Juke, like, why you didn't tell me that your mom was back in town? You wasn't gonna say nothing? She was just like, no, I wasn't. How did you find out? And he was like, don't worry about it, okay? It don't even really matter, but let me just tell you that, you know, she dropped you off, basically, and never came back, never looked around, never tried to come back for you anything, okay? And even though I did fuck up, okay, and fucked up plenty, at least I was here. He was basically like, the sanctified city woman is full of shit. Always has been, always will be, as far as he's concerned. And he says it with no malice or anything. I mean, I think Marvin is really hurt still that the woman had left him and the baby in the first place. I'm still a little disappointed in this storyline. It just seemed like the way they was building it up to make it seem like Rock had something to do, Rock or Marvin had something to do with the girl not ever coming back. But it seems like that's not really it. And this seems like this is an easier, like, I almost feel like they don't even really know what to do about Juke's character. Okay, because this season has just been, I mean, really, the whole season has been quite slow. I still am enjoying the show and everything, but the storylines are moving so slowly. It feels more like a drama than, you know, what we're used to from Power. So, but anyway, Marvin tells her that she needs to keep her good eye on her damn mama. And later on, we see Juke on a date with the boy that she gave her number to. And actually, she seems like she really likes him. I'm not sure if she really likes him like that, but, you know, he seemed like he would be like a cool homeboy. They went to the movies. And after they got out the movies, he's walking her back home, and he actually gives her a kiss. Good night. And you can tell that he really likes her. And I was just like, even though we know that Juke is gay and probably has no interest, it still seems like she's a little interested in the boy as well. Okay, so we'll see what happens with that. I mean, we already know in the end that Juke was gay, but we'll see if something blossoms out of that relationship. Now let's jump over to Rock. You know, Rock is still trying to get the game out of Cartier. And of course, Cartier is happy to give it to her. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She's a strong, powerful woman. She does what he does, you know, and I mean, why not? You know, so they're out to eat. He's telling her about caviar, how good it is. And one of his distributors walk in, okay? One of his distributors from Maryland, okay? And I was like, is that old boy from Greenleaf? I will recognize that voice anywhere, okay? Something about that cool, slick ass. He definitely has a cool, slick, down south accent. I was just like, ooh, I like him anyway. With his little tiny light self. But you know, so he's talking to Cartier. He kind of joking around with him or whatever, but it looks like he is a little bit too big for his britches, and Cartier don't like that. Okay, I guess maybe he might be one of the more mouthier distribution agents that he has in Maryland. And so he gets a little smart with Cartier, and Cartier have to put him in his place real fast. So he walk off and go sit down, you know. Rock is looking at this whole exchange, and she was like, I thought you said insubordination leads to insurrection. Okay, like, aren't you gonna handle that? Okay, well, I guess he is gonna handle it, because later on we see while Rock is waiting for Cartier, I guess they're about to leave the restaurant, but Cartier must have had to pull old boy to the side and have a word with him. So when old boy is walking out, you know, Rock stops him, and he got a big ass shiner on his face. Okay, didn't walk in looking like that. And Rock approaches him and tells him, like, look, you don't know who I am, but, you know, basically I can give you way better way better rates, than Cartier will, And he was like, I only work with people I know. And she was just like, yeah, I know you don't know me and everything, but I'm still trying to help you out. Cartier's days is limited. I said, oh, girl, what you gonna do to Cartier? And she tells him that she expects to hear from him soon. Okay, he just kind of looking her over like, who are you, lady? Later on, we see that Rocky has put an offer in on that beautiful home up in the suburbs. And it looks like the sellers are happy. Like, they ecstatic. This is an all cash offer. Like, yes, let's do this. However, the HOA, I'm telling you, these HOAs will surely stress you out. That's the only bad thing about living in subdivisions. Anyway, the HOA is concerned because they're not sure if she can keep up the upkeep of the house. Okay, are you gonna be able to keep the outside looking good? Are you gonna be able to do this? Are you gonna be able to do that? Can you afford it? And she was just like, I have business, I have a record label. Like, yes, I will be able to do whatever they want me to do. Okay, but damn it, this house is hers. I said, come on, Rock, moving on up. And Rock is the consummate businesswoman. She meets with the cousin. Okay, what's her name? Liana, whatever her name is, the one who has the store that Rock is running her money out of. Okay, well, she goes and meets with the cousin, the one that is giving her the product to sell, remember. And she's letting the cousin know that she's about to expand. All right, New Jersey. She's planning on, busting in the doors in Maryland, DC. It's all about to happen. Okay. Now, of course, Liliana, whatever her name is, she was just like, you don't need unique. Okay. But Rock does need unique. All right. Because she wants to work in New Jersey. Unique is actually the connect for the Jersey people. And so, she basically is only going to use unique as long as she needs to. But for right now, she does need to have him. Okay. And the cousin, once he realizes what she's doing and everything, he just tells her to keep him updated on what's going on. Okay. Rock was like, don't worry, baby. It's all about expansion. And while she's in there having the conversation with the guy, the cousin, we find out that old boy, Cartier's distro guy, he actually is following Rock, just trying to get a beat on her, trying to figure it out. Had his boy go in there and check, and he was like, she in there talking to some old menudo looking dude. I guess old boy is intrigued. I was like, yeah, you might want to stick with Rock. Something tell me Cartier's days is numbered. Now, speaking of Unique loves Jersey. Okay, he's out there working. Okay, he said it feel like he basically on vacation. All right, it's nice. He ain't got the grit and grime of New York. He can get used to this. While he's waiting to drop, he has a drop, I guess, with the young Italian. Oh boy, what's his name? Darrell. What's his name? Unique's boy that works for Rock now. He asked Unique, did he talk to her about moving out of the building? And he was like, no, he's not really worried about Rock right now. His whole plan is to run Rock out of business. And he ain't answering to Rock. She can think that that's what he's doing, but that's not what he's doing. Okay. He has his own life. He make his own damn decisions. He about to be back on top. Okay. This is a damn marathon. This ain't just a little short race. And he tells, oh boy, don't get too comfortable with Rock, because she just biding her time until she can figure out what to do with us. Okay, us, not just me, you too. While they sitting out there talking, the young Italian come pulling up, all swoop up all fast. And Unique was like, nigga, don't do that now. You can go end the fuck around and get shot out here. We from New York. We ain't used to people just swerving and pulling up on us all fast. Anyway, he gives him the money. And the young Italian was like, so what you know about Marvin? Okay. The older brother, he asked me to do something, and I'm just trying to see, what you think about him. And Unique was like, well, I mean, I've been knowing Marvin for some time. I mean, he's always good on his word. He gonna, pay whatever he owe. And the Italian was like, well, I guess that's good enough for me. Air is about to go out. I'm almost finished anyway. What does Marvin want you to do? He said, oh, he just want me to take care of a problem that's near me. So young Italian is going to go and make good on the deal that he struck with Marvin. So he goes to the house. It's the dentist home that Tony is now seeing. And she's in bed having sex with him. After they finish, they're all post-coital, and happy, and I love you, and I love you. And the dentist get up and go to the bathroom. Tony rolls over and does a quick line of coke. And then when she rolls back over, the Italian is in the house and he shoots and kills her dead. Bam, right there. The dentist comes out. There's a struggle between the young Italian and the dentist. They rolling around on the floor and whatnots. The Italian has his homeboy with him as well. Okay, and he telling his homeboy to shoot him. Okay, because the dentist is working him out on that floor. Well, the damn homeboy shoots and ends up shooting the Italian. Okay. The dentist ends up picking up the gun that the young Italian had and shoots the damn homeboy. All right. And of course he runs. Now the dentist ain't dead. Tony dead. I believe the young Italian is dead. All right. And they made a mess out of that because the young Italian told his homeboy before they even went in there that this is my job. My dad don't know nothing about it. Don't tell him nothing about it. He don't need to know nothing about it. Okay. Now how you gonna tell the damn daddy that his son dead and you shot him? Okay, that's bad news for him. Homeboy out there in the middle of the damn nowhere in the street somewhere bleeding out. And he looked like his whole life is over. I said, baby, it's gonna be bad news for you. The Italian guy did die, right? I mean, they didn't tell us that he didn't. I'm assuming that he was dead. He surely wasn't moving on that floor. Now back to Marvin. It's a good day at the anger management class. It's graduation day. And they finished the course and everybody seems to be happier than they when they first started, including Marvin. You know, he's even talking to his homeboy, the white guy in class. He was like, I surely was going to beat your ass the first day of class. And Marvin was like, you sure was going to try. Anyway, Marvin got him a couple of new friends from that anger management class, including the teacher. She walks up to him, it's a little awkward, but she gives him her business card and she was just like, I would love to hear from you. Okay. And he was like, well, I would love to be heard. I was like, oh, love is blooming. And speaking of love, you guys, Symphony goes and tells Rock that he is going to be leaving. Okay. Going to North Carolina, offered the job. She tells him that she wants the best for him, so she's happy for him, but you can tell that she's not happy for him, okay? She still loves Symphony, but Symphony is just not going to fit into her lifestyle. And Rock is hard, and she don't know how to be vulnerable and soft and none of that. Because when he tells her how he was pulled over by some white lady cop and how she was asking questions about Kanan and Rock and Kanan's dad and all that, she was just like, and what did you tell her? And he was like, I didn't tell her anything. Okay. And she was just like, well, what's your not telling her anything? Okay. Because you're not telling her anything and my not telling her anything might be two totally different things. And he was just like, don't worry, Rock, your secrets are safe with me. And she was like, I don't have no secrets. I was just like, okay, Rock, you obviously do have secrets. Okay. Why do you have to be this way with Symphony? And that's part of his reason why he was just like, we can't be together. Okay. Because you don't know how to let your guard down or nothing. So he was just like, okay, well, goodbye, Rock. Okay. And he gets up and he leaves. Because the tough girl Rock is never the one that Symphony wants to see. Now jumping back over to Kanan. Of course, Kanan gets busted while he's over there having sex with the mama. He in the bed, post-coital. They laid up talking. Like, like the girl, the daughter don't live there no more. Of course, she comes home. She opens the door. She's trying to talk to her mom and she sees her in bed with Kanan. And she was just like, what the fuck? Like, you hoe, talking to the mom. All right. And Kanan jump up and try to go after her. And she was just like, wait a minute. No, just let her go. And he was just like, you her mother and I got to go back out there. I got to stop her. And she was just like, you ain't got to do nothing, boy. Stay right here. I need you. And of course, she starts kissing him. And I mean, to a 15, 16-year-old boy, how he gonna turn down all this TNA in his face? Okay. Well, Corinne got something better for him. She gonna tell Rock. All right. And Rock ain't gonna play that. We gonna hear about that soon enough. Now back to Lou. Lou is desperate for money. And so he goes to Cartier. Okay. And Cartier was like, why haven't you asked your sister for the money? He was like, I can't have Rock's money on this studio. Okay. The shit has to stay clean because he has big dreams for the studio. Cartier actually does believe that Lou is talented, but Cartier is also going to always take advantage of any opportunity. And, so anyway, Cartier tells him, okay, I'll give you the money, but I want to be, I want crowns. I want half of what Crown had. Okay, so I guess that would make him 1/4 owner in the business. And Lou, of course, doesn't want to do that, but he doesn't have any choice because he needs the income, he needs the money. And I was just like, and Cartier is doing the same shit that your sister is doing. Maybe you don't realize that or what, but I mean, hell, you might as well have took the shit from Rock at this point. But they strike a deal. They shake each other's hand, and he was like, my man. And I was like, ooh, Lou, I feel like you shook the hands of the devil. I have a feeling, like I said, that Cartier will die, and I believe that Lou will be the one to kill him. Now, jumping back over to Rock. Rock meets Creepy Daddy out on the street, and she's telling him, like, Detective Persistent is about to be a problem, okay? She pulling over people and asking about Kanan and asking about you and asking about his father and asking all of these damn questions. He says, she gonna be all right, don't worry about it, okay? What about your boyfriend? Is he gonna be straight? Rock was like, no, he not gonna be a problem either. Well, fine. Did Kanan tell you that I got his homeboy out of jail the other day? Okay, he was busted with a whole bunch of money, whole bunch of dirty drug money. I figured it was probably yours, so I got him out, and she was just like, oh, so you was the one that got him out. And he was like, yeah, our son came to me and asked for me to help him, okay? Then he tells her, like, Rock, you keep on putting Kanan in the middle of the crosshairs, he gonna get hit eventually. And then when she's starting to walk off like, yeah, whatever, he tells her, oh, and also your boy with the one eye, turns out he wasn't no snitch. And she turns around, she looked like she want to faint. Okay. And she turns around and she was like, you told me he was a snitch. And she was like, damn, I thought that he was. It turns out that it's his mama. Okay. He was clean and everything, but shit, motherfuckers be lying so much these days, you don't know what to believe. Okay. My bad. Oh, yeah, you're bad. And Rockton turned around and killed Scrap. I knew that was going to come back on her. She looked like she wanted to throw up. Later on, we see Juke. She goes over to Nicole's father's house and she just leaves the videotape, the VHS, on the front steps. Leaves that there for him, and she just leaves, doesn't go inside or let him know that she was there or whatever. So he comes to the door and he sees that. At the same time, while she's walking down the street, she passes by Creepy Daddy. Okay, Creepy Daddy is actually on his way to see Nicole's father too. Okay, so she kind of looks down so he doesn't recognize Juke. She has her hoodie on and all of that, so she looks away, but she definitely saw Creepy Daddy. He goes up and he asks Nicole's father, like, can I talk to you about Detective Persistent? And, the father was like, okay, but did you see the person that left us here? No, Creepy Daddy didn't see him, but we need to talk. We see Lou in the studio with old girl and also Cartier with his 1/4 ownership of the studio. He said he was going to be just a silent owner, but damn it, this nigga's up in there and he's telling Lou not to change nothing on the music and get your hands off the board and all of that already taken over. Like I said, Lou is probably going to have to kill Cartier. And lastly, we see Symphony. He's packing up his car. He's on his way to North Carolina, okay? And I see Rock. I thought Rock was just looking wistful, like, that's my man, I need to stop him from going. But then turns out, no, that's not what Rock is out there about to do. She's in her car. She turns off the lights. She's actually not in her car. She's in somebody's car. She turns off the lights and she drives down the street. And while he's bent over into the trunk, she pulls out this big ass gun with a silencer on it. And she got it pointed at him. And when she drives by, she has a clear opening. She could shoot him and kill him, but she doesn't do it. I was like, Rock, was you really about to shoot your man? Like, you was really about to shoot Symphony? For real? This man ain't did nothing to you. But of course, Rock probably feels like she can't trust him now because, he does know. I mean, he don't really know the ins and outs, but I mean, he knows enough to know that Rock is a drug dealer. But I mean, hell, everybody that live out there probably know that, So I was like, Rock, you can't kill Symphony. Come on, girl. You need to back up off of this for a minute. Let's think a little clearly. Like I said, she doesn't do it. She puts the gun down and she continues straight. And, Symphony, I guess he had like a little feeling like something ain't right. And he looks at the car, but of course he doesn't know that was Rock. I said, boy, you almost was out of here, Symphony. That Rock is something else. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off of here. I got to get back to work, you guys. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.